Hello YouTube, it's me coming to you from my car. It is Labor Day, and when I say Labor Day, I mean it is Labor Day. I don't mean Labor Day for me. I don't know what's going on with me, but as it is Monday, it is my 38-week update video, and so I just dropped my daughter off at my mom's house. I don't think I have this tied enough. I just dropped my daughter off at my mom's house, and so I'm not working today, but we did a late drop off, like it's almost 11 o'clock right now, and just to like get a little bit of a break. And I mean, my husband's been helping me a ton, but maybe get some things done around the house, like, because everything I do, I do very, very slowly now. It's not my normal pace at all. And so, yeah. I'm like, well, yeah, if you're fine still with taking her, I'll drop her off later. That's what I told her yesterday. I said I'll drop her off later, and I'll just see if I can get some things done, organized, whatever. I did not expect to make 38 weeks. Did not. Guys, this hair, I don't know. Yeah, I super didn't expect to make 38 weeks. Every time that my mom would even talk about, okay, it would be great if you could make 38 weeks, I'm like, I'm just trying to get to 37. We're expecting me to go early. I'm just trying to get to 37, you know. So, like, the fact that 38 weeks is here now, it's absolutely crazy to me. But it's a positive thing because then the baby develops longer, right? It is great. Here's what really sucks, like a lot, is I'm not just like still pregnant. I'm not just like still pregnant with some pressure. Today is day 4 of contractions. So, you know, and then of course, just talking about symptoms like from the past, like, so I still have all that stuff, you know, like not all of it, but you know, heartburn. I ate somewhat of a dinner last night, like an actual dinner instead of just like fruit or whatever like I've been eating. And so I had like a sandwich and like a few chips, and that was just cheddar sour cream. It wasn't anything like spicy. There was nothing spicy on my sandwich at all. And I had some watermelon. I think my fatal mistake was my husband had picked up just some like Pillsbury cookie dough, whatever, and I just went ahead. I was trying to stay busy last night because so the first 2 days of this process, this contraction process, the first 2 days were they started in the afternoon or evening. One day was afternoon, the other day was evening, and they went, you know, on through. Okay, yesterday I had contractions all day. They started in the morning, they went all day, they were still going when I went to bed, like, you know, and they've been relatively consistent around like half-hour mark. I don't know if they're Braxton Hicks. Like, I kind of think they are Braxton Hicks, but they're like stronger than what they were. But they are coming like every half hour, 27 minutes, 23 minutes, 35 minutes, 18 minutes. I've had a couple that were like 5-8 minutes apart. Like, I've had that. And it's just, she was just really feeling herself. I love that. Anyway, I don't know where I'm getting food. I am hungry, but I don't know what to eat. Like, I don't think there's been a time in this pregnancy I have known what to eat, but it got easier in the second trimester. First and third, holy cow. Like, this is hard. It's really hard. Especially being nauseous and sick and stuff. But anyway, so back to the contractions. I've had a couple of really legit contractions. I'm not going to say that they've gotten like super painful, but they've been painful enough. You know what I mean? They've been painful enough that I'm like, is it like go time contractions? No, it's not like go time contractions, but I'm like, ow, ow. like kind of take your breath away a little bit, make your heart race, give you a hot flash, give you some pain. Like, all of the ones I'm having are uncomfortable and like slightly painful. But when I say painful, I'm not talking like labor painful, right? I'm just talking like pain, kind of painful. But I don't know. I've had a couple now that have just been like horrendous almost. One last night in particular was just like, wow, I could see us going to the hospital tonight. But every time I think that, it doesn't happen. And so it is honestly driving me a little crazy because, heartburn, nausea, pressure, lots of pressure down. Now all these contractions, impossible to get comfortable in bed. I did have a couple nights where I kind of got comfortable in bed and I was able to sleep. This is my brother-in-law. Shouldn't be. It was. Huh. That's weird. He's supposed to be at the river. Anyway. And I didn't wave at him because I didn't know if it was him or not. And I don't think he realized it was me either. That's funny. Anyway, so, yeah, so just overall, I'm just like tired. I'm mostly done. Like every day I've just been like, okay, we can go to the hospital now. And every day that compounds on top of that is worse, if I'm being honest. This is really weird and surreal because I did not have this with my daughter. I've heard of prodromal labor, I've heard of like false labor, I've heard of all that stuff, and women getting psyched out, and mine didn't go that way. And I know I had a lot of issues with my daughter, and so we are wrapped around the building. And so it's not that I expect every labor to be exactly the same, but it is my body, so I kind of figured there would be I don't know how to lock this in. I kind of figured there would be some kind of something that would be like a trend, which there is a little bit of a trend, and I don't remember if I talked about this in my last video or not. But the trend is that whenever I went in to have my daughter, the day before, whenever I got checked, I was dilated to a 1 and 0% effaced. Where now, and then I went in to actually have her, and I was dilated to a 1 and I was 100% effaced. So it's like I thin before I dilate or something. And so I kind of think that is what I do, because now whenever I went in, like the first time I went in, I was dilated to a 1. I don't know what this is crazy. I was dilated to a 1, period. And then this last time I was dilated to a 1 and I was thinning out, he said. And so I'm like, well, that is a trend. That's something with me that, like, I guess maybe I do that, is that I efface like before I dilate. What I'm hoping is happening in this time right now is that I am dilating, that I am progressing in some sort of way, so that when I go into labor and I go in to have her, I'm not a 1, I'm like maybe like a 3 or 4 would be great if by the time I go into labor there's some form of natural process that's happened and I've dilated on my own. So that's what I'm hoping for. I don't know what to expect. I don't know anything about that. It just feels like it could happen at any time. So I just genuinely did not expect to make it to 38 weeks. The other thing I will say is, so yes, I don't remember. It was either yesterday or Saturday, because today's Labor Day, it's Monday. So it was either Saturday or Sunday was supposed to be the new moon. Whatever the third was. Was that yesterday? Anyway, whatever, doesn't matter. But whatever the new moon was, you know, that there's something to that. The prediction that my husband's aunt, she knows a lot about moon signs and stuff like that, and I try to keep up on it, but she was saying that since I am dilated, she expected me to go on that day, on the 3rd. And then I didn't, but I have been having contractions. You know, I don't know if that's playing into that or what. But what I have said all along, and I don't know if I've said it in videos, I think I probably would have. But, you know, my daughter was born on a full moon, the harvest moon, in September. And so her birthday is September 13th. So when I got pregnant with this baby, I was like, I'm going to look up what the new moon or what the full moon or harvest moon, whatever, for September is. And it was September 10th. And personally, I was like, I think I'm going to go at the end of August. If I don't go at the end of August, I think I will go September 10th. And that's what I've been saying all along. And I think no one heard me say it. But anyway, my mom had said she's been making her prediction or whatever that I would go anywhere from the 5th to the 10th. Did she tell me this morning today's the 5th? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I'm so sorry. I can't keep track of anything. I think it is. But anyway, her prediction was anywhere from the 5th to the 10th. I really don't want to have this baby on the 10th because I don't want my daughter's birthdays to be that close together. I don't want them to be this close together, but I would rather them be this close together than the 10th and the 13th. Ridiculous. Anyway, my due date, as a reminder, is September 19th. So I'm still, you know, I'm still not anywhere close to my due date. It's just surprising, you know, it's surprising that I've made it this far. And good, other than my body is so done. My body is so tired. And I know everybody's like, well, welcome to pregnancy. I'm like, I have had a child prior to this. I promise you, I have. It's just, you know, it's just that it's different. And like these things that I'm dealing with is just a lot. It's a lot. I'm trying to be as honest with everybody as I can about like how I feel and where I'm at with everything. And every day it's like, is the baby here yet? Or anything? You going into labor? Are you going to go into night? What's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. Because I could have told you 5 different times now that I was going in that night. And then I didn't go. You know, so just, I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm not trying to ramble on and on about it, but it's just absolutely bizarre. And so, anyway, as far as new developments, I don't know that there is any, like, other than the contractions. Like, it feels like all new stuff. It is new developments, but it's not like I have anything else. It's just waiting, and that drives you crazy. Yeah, so it's just a wild time. You're just absolutely sitting and waiting and just... I mean, I have the bags in the back of the car. You can probably see them. My husband, there was one night, he just had this gut feeling, and he just carried the bags out to the car, and he said, if we don't need them, I'll bring them back in. But then it was like, every day is the way that it is. So then you're like... just leave them. Just leave them because we're gonna go at some point. We have to go. So it's just a waiting game. My doctor is like, he's sure I'm not gonna make it to my due date at all, which I don't think I will. You know, so you're like, it's gotta be coming. I'm dilating. It's gotta be coming. Oh, see, here comes a contraction right now. I also have to pee, but yeah, nope, this is a contraction. They're just very uncomfortable and pain in the lower belly. What I did did I say that? What I did last night to keep my mind off of it is I started decorating for fall. I never do that until after my daughter's birthday, just because I usually have her birthday at my house, and I just feel like the aesthetic is all there, like the lighter colors and, you know, whatever. But yesterday we just started decorating for fall, and I started doing all my fall floral arrangements. I usually make new ones every year and stuff, and so it helped me keep my mind off of it. gosh, I don't know, man. When? Anytime. Am I supposed to say uncle or like what? What do I do? Anyway. So, oh, fake me out. There's an arrow, but there's not. I don't have a green light. Shoot. So anyway, that's really the update. I think at this point I'm just rambling. I was trying to think if there was something else that I wanted to put in this video. I'm really glad that I have... Oh, I did have like lightning down my leg yesterday. I did have that. Anyway, I'm really just glad that I decided to document this for myself. Because especially now, like getting down to time, there's even things like I'm talking about, I'm like, I don't remember if I put that in the video or what, or this or that, but like, so like you kind of forget all along, you know? And so I'm just glad because I have enjoyed this pregnancy until recently. There's been a lot of things, but that's gonna happen in pregnancy. We all know that. It's just gonna be a part of it. It's just how it is. You know, and that's okay. I'm really grateful that I did decide to document it for myself. You know, it's like, hey, followers and people, you know, that's great, and I appreciate people following along, obviously. Like, I love getting like comments, and if you're following along, I do like super greatly appreciate it. But the premise behind me sharing these videos and doing this is, you know, like I said, to track it for myself, like just so I can go back to it, reflect, have something to go off of, that kind of thing. And I'm just, like I said, I'm grateful that I decided for myself to do it. So that is the summary. I made it to 38 weeks. When will I go? When will I go? That's the question. How many days consecutively can you have contractions or Braxton Hicks or whatever at like a half hour apart, or what, you know, whatever it may be? How long can you do that? Indefinitely? I know it's not indefinite. I say stuff like that and then immediately I feel like an idiot because I know it's not indefinite. Hello. My due date is September 19th. I mean, it does come to an end. It's not like I'm talking about that, but it's just like, I've known for 2 weeks I was dilated. And last week I was effaced. And I'm having contractions. And I'm having all these things that feels like it should be or is or will be productive like at any given moment, you know. Anyway, that's the update. That's really it. I could fall asleep right now, I feel like. Except for not, because anything to do with falling asleep makes me so uncomfortable. Just trying to... Maybe I should just... Why are we... It's a green light, man. Okay, not anymore. Thanks, guys. Don't you hate that? I hate that. Anyway, whatever. So, we'll just have to see how it goes. Play it by ear. Maybe I won't make my doctor's appointment. Maybe Labor Day will result in Labor Day. Well, there's another couple that was supposed to be at the river. I guess everybody's back. Guess they're done. What, I mean, really, you know, I don't know. All right. Thanks for joining me. If you made it this far, you're the best. It's a lot of blah blah. But I guess we'll see you next time, whatever next time may be. Okay? Yeah. Bye.